You know what? I'm not here to convince you that you need an online presence. You're here, so you obviously know having one would be a benefit to your business or career goals. Instead, I'm going to take you through the elements of an online presence and how you can use them to build a good reputation for yourself online. Hello creative people, I am Jade and this is my channel Misskoko the Librarian, where I help job hunters and small businesses create a rockin' online presence that gets them noticed by all the right people. So, your online presence. According to the Australian government's business website, there are a few ways you can make an online presence, and they are a website, making an online shop, writing a blog, creating videos, or creating some social media accounts. And all those elements work together to give your customers a sense of who you are and what you're about. So let's start with your online home, your website. Or if you're an individual, you could create something like an online portfolio. Obviously, this is the place you want people to come to find out more about you, your services or skills, and your story. And when you're creating your website, there are two things I want you to keep in mind: your SEO and your copywriting. When you have good copy on your website, and by copy I mean the words that you write and all the content that's on your website. So when that copy is good, people are more likely to buy from you because you're speaking directly to a need that they have. Let's use my website for example. Say someone has stumbled upon my YouTube channel, watched a couple of videos, and they can see that they know what I'm talking about when it comes to marketing for small businesses. So they go down to the description and they click on a link for one of my services, a social media audit. At this stage, they'll be warming up to me and thinking that a social media audit may be something that they need for their business, but they want more information. And because the copy on my social media audit page is very targeted, and when you read through it, you can see instantly that by working with me, we would be solving your problem of terrible social media marketing. People are more likely to choose to work with me. When you have good copy on your website, you will find that your conversion rates double or even triple. Now, SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and this is something that will help your website become visible to people online. There are a few ways you can improve the SEO on your website, but the two most common are using keywords and link building. But you're probably looking at me like, yeah, but what does all that mean? Don't worry, I'm in the process of creating a couple of videos that will go in depth into link building and creating keywords for your website. So keep an eye out for those. But for now, keywording means that you have keywords within the copy of your website that people would use to search for the solutions you're providing. In my business, I also provide career coaching services as an offshoot of being an online presence specialist. And the pages I've created around that service are full of industry-specific keywords. Things like professional development, networking skills, key selection criteria, resume, job hunting, looking for work, and more. So, a little activity for you now. What are 10 keywords from your industry? Write them down, and over the next week, I want you to add them all to your website somewhere. You've probably heard the phrase that content is king. And, well, if you hadn't, you have now. And with Google's new focus on content-rich websites, it is one of the best ways to increase the visibility of your online presence. Google is all about focusing on a good user experience. And if your website is full of useful articles or podcasts within your industry where you share your expertise, then people are going to be staying on your website longer. which in turn indicates to Google that you've got something good going on here. So Google will then bump up your website in search rankings. And then there is link building, which essentially means you're dusting off those networking skills and reaching out to people who would be happy to link back to your article or podcast within their own content, which means you are building a web of links that all point back to your website, which tells Google you are something of an authority in this space, and it responds by bumping up your website in search rankings. The second element of an online presence, which you could have, is an online shop. And this means you'd be getting into something called e-commerce.
Having an online shop makes it easy to showcase your products and services to potential customers. Seriously, it's never been easier to let people know what you have. And the beauty of having a shop online means that it's open all the time and is highly convenient for you and your customers. But the best part? An online shop can easily be integrated into the rest of your website.
Now, we've kind of already covered why having a blog would be good for your online presence. Remember, content is king. But in case you weren't quite listening, a blog is a place that is constantly updated, which tells Google that you are active. A blog is a place to help customers with your expertise, which tells Google you are relevant. A blog is a place to create keyword-rich content, which helps Google to index your website and make it visible. All up, that tells me that having a blog is very good for your online presence. The fourth element of your online presence can be your social media. And social media is... it's a thing. I've actually got a video all about social media marketing strategies for 2019, which I will link to in the cards. But for now, social media is a tool you should use to connect with your audience and build relationships with them. It shouldn't be a sounding board to bounce your products and services off all the time. A few businesses that do social media really well that you might want to check out are Meet Edgar on Twitter, and there's Gillian Perkins. She has a fantastic Instagram account, and another small business on LinkedIn called Work It Daily. Go to their company webpage and check out their social media presence there. And the last element of your online presence you could create are videos. And here's a few reasons why you should consider them. More and more videos being watched every year by people who want reviews, how-tos, entertainment, or education. They are a great way to really increase engagement with your audience. They allow you to show the faces behind your business, and like a blog, they are a great way to share your expertise online. So we have explored a website, an online shop, a blog, social media and video, as well as touching a bit on some SEO. But what does all this look like in real life? Most people create a website and use it as their online home where they put everything. This can become a little unruly, especially if you don't have any knowledge of SEO strategies. So educate yourself there. Some people create landing pages for their product launches, and after each product launch they take the landing page down. I've actually helped some businesses and individuals set up a YouTube channel as their online home, and that worked for them because their service was online courses. The purpose of a website is to have that online home base, but each of the individual elements we have looked at today also kind of have their own sole purpose. Social media is to build relationships and to connect with people. You should use blogs and video as a way to share your expertise. And a shop is of course a place to sell your products on. And all of it together you can use to create that good reputation for yourself online. But before you go jumping in, I want you to stop Take stock and analyze what sort of online presence would best serve your customers and community while keeping you sane. Don't try and do it all. You can't possibly post on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, write content for your blog, update your website. You can't possibly do all of that on your own without burning out. Figure out what you need and where your customers already hang out online. And that should help you narrow down what your online presence would look like. If you need any help figuring all of this out, I am actually an online presence specialist, and we can have a look at what you want and what you need to do and come up with some business strategies to reach your goals. I'll put a link to my services in the description below. Click on the link, fill in the form that you find on that page, and I'll get in contact with you. Now it's your turn. Tell me what sort of online presence you already have and how you're using it. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button and ring the bell next to it so that you are notified of when I release more content every week. And on that note, remember to always be curious, and I'll see you same time next week.